Hello, my name is didnt, and today I will tell you what you can do for the Horus Heresy. So, first of all, there's a lot of people that play Warhammer 40k that think the Horus Heresy is a bad game because it's like 7th edition. So it's your, like, not your responsibility, but it's on you to tell them no, the Horus Heresy is actually not in 7th edition. It's in First edition Age of Darkness, which is based on 7th edition, but it removed a lot of the problems that 7th edition had. So, for example, in 7th edition, you had formations that gave you free units and free special rules. These are not anymore in the game, and there isn't as many D weapons or possibilities to get D weapons in small point games. So that's one thing you need to tell the people. And then there is the diversity of the army. A lot of people say that, well, I would play the Horus Heresy, but it's really just Marines against Marines. You would have to tell them that. Listen, there's the main armies in the Horus Heresy are Marines. This is true, but most of the legions play very different from each other, and the special legion units give them a lot of flavor, I would say. So there's a lot of people that are very negative again towards the Horus Heresy for these two reasons in particular. I mean, there's probably a lot of people you cannot win over to play the Horus Heresy, and that's fine. If you are a Tau player and you want to play Tau with Gundams and, I don't know, crude slave soldiers, then, I mean, you can do that, but if you are, tell them that if you are a Space Marine fan and you actually like big tanks and bigger battles, then with Space Marines and loads of Space Marines without getting trashed on, the Horus Heresy is the game for you. Then there is and this is a little bit harder for most people to do. Set up demo games. Demo games like, if you have two armies, you just bring two lists that are tailored to do decent against each other to a store and play the game. Because the way I built my Heresy community was actually by bringing my army, Iron Warriors, to the store and playing against the Demon Army. And really displaying the coolest aspects of the Horus Heresy. So I brought a lot of tactical Marines, a lot of tanks. We played 3.5k, I think. Super heavies and whatnot to the battle, and showed the people in the store, hey, look, if you like Space Marines and you like big battles, and you actually paint your armies, but that's the point later, you can have awesome battles with the units you like. I ended up losing that game, but you see, you do not always have to win, especially when you are doing demo games. It's better for you to lose the demo game than actually win the demo game. So if you're building a community and you have a demo game, and you, maybe it's better for community building if you lose. If you don't want to lose, it's okay, but usually I would say it's better for you losing. So, from moving on to having demo games, what are the best demo games you can have for the Horus Heresy? Well, I would say two armies that have a fluff conflict between them. So, for example, you all know I'm building my word bearers, but the word bearers are just one half of the coin of armies I'm actually building. I'm building my word bearers to 2.5k and not a lot more, and then I start building my ultramarines. Because they have such a big conflict in the lore at Calth and the Shadow Crusade that it's even it is even a better display of the Horus Heresy. So when I'm building the word bearers and the Ultramarines, I represent the catchphrase of the Horus Heresy players. Every Horus Heresy player has told this to someone that wants to get in the Horus Heresy, and that's it. And that is, the fluff means so much more to us, and we actually care so much about the setting that we don't always take the strongest units. So, for example, building the Ultramarines and the Word Bearers represents this aspect perfectly, because I could have just built two armies that I maybe like more. Well, in this case, I like the Word Bearers and the Ultramarines a lot, so it's not like I'm building armies I dislike, but it's like Word Bearers and Ultramarines name more iconic battles in the Heresy. Maybe, I don't know, World Eaters against World Eaters on Istvan, but that's not as iconic. But for example, you can build armies, or build your army, at a certain point in the Heresy, and then build an opposing army at the same point. So, for example, let's say you make a White Scars army before they went to Terra, and then you also, because you already painted a bright army in White Scars, you paint Death Guard, because you actually make a White Scars army and a Death Guard army representing the fight from the Khan before he makes his way to Terra. This could be a good idea, for example. Or maybe a more iconic battle would be Iron Hands against Emperor's Children on Istvan 5. But that's the gist of it. Make demo armies if you can, if you have the ability to. Make another army that's opposing your army in a fluff environment, like Night Lords and Dark Angels, for example. See, I've given you a lot of examples throughout the video what you can do. Also, a big part, and this is actually the biggest part, paint your models. It's like we always say that the Heresy community is more passionate and not more passionate, but it's very passionate and very much into the hobby. So, a meaning of showing this is showing your dedication is actually painting your models. And I'm not saying you need to be a top painter, because there are so many awesome top painters in the Horus Heresy. My models are nothing but tabletop standard. But you know what? They are painted. Like, every army I field is fully painted. I can't think back to a point where I played a Horus Heresy game with unpainted models. They never looked as great as Little Legend Studios, Anvils of Konor, or 30k channel armies, but they were painted. And that helped, because seeing a painted army on the battlefield, painted and based, having a basing scheme on it, makes the army look more imposing and motivates people more, I think. So that's why I would say paint your armies. It's very useful for building a community, because a painted army is better to show off than just hordes of grey plastic. Yes, I know it's a lot to build a community for the game you love, but I feel like if you love the game, you should dedicate some time of at least trying to play the game or get more people into the game. Because at the moment the Horus Heresy is struggling a lot with getting new blood into the game, I feel like. Because, and now this is something I will call wishful thinking. I hope that GW does another plastic set for the Horus Heresy, like Betrayal at Calth. I cannot understand how they cannot have such sets for the Horus Heresy anymore. I mean, yeah, I know they wanted to have games. They wanted people to play the Betrayal at Calth game and the Burning of Prospero game. But the Horus Heresy, how are you going to get started? If you're going to get started with Warhammer 40k, you can buy a Start Collecting box, or the new 9th edition starter boxes that have been unveiled yesterday. If you want to play Age of Sigmar, it's the same. You can just buy a Start Collecting box. But if you want to play Horus Heresy, you first of all have to find someone that explains to you what you need to buy. That generally is not a problem because the Horus Heresy community is very nice. And then you need to buy single squads. There's like no bundles no bundles that make you save as when you start the game, and I think that's a problem. Maybe Betrayal at Calth was at €125 too good of a value. I don't think something like that will come back at the price point, but because you basically got a 1.5k army out of Betrayal at Calth, if you played it with Pride of the Legion. So I would feel like something like Start Collecting Horus Heresy. Maybe give the characters you have the two plastic characters for the Horus Heresy. Give one of them or two of them a Mark 3 squad, Mark 4 squad even, I don't care, and the Contemptor for like what's a Start Collecting box set, €80. Let's say €80. So you get the plastic Contemptor, you get the plastic Mark 3 squad, and you get the two characters from Calth, and you have some point to start. You save a little bit, you can start the Horus Heresy. This is wishful thinking, though. I wanted to make a video for you all, so that you can share this video with your friends who are struggling building a community or whatever. This has been enough from me. It's another 12-minute video for me talking about the Horus Heresy. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Stay healthy. Like, comment, subscribe. Share the video because of the message. Join the Discord server. See you all.